Good evening. This blog is about, first of all, thanks to my mentor Robin Sharma and Tony Robbins, Robin and Tony Robbins. This blog is about the feel, the feel of a feeling, the feel of a feeling to heal a feeling, to feel of a feeling to heal the feeling. We all know that there are two parts of the brain, conscious and subconscious. We already talked about it, and we also talked about layoff in our blog. Laying off was of the negativities like resentment, dejection, disappointment, jealousy, anger, grief, and also laying off was of happiness and prosperity and care and love to others. So it was twofold. Not only the negativities, it has to be laid off from you and for all times to come, and the happiness and the positivities have to be laid off to other people for all times to come. The psychologists say that we have a system in the cortex. When we take the input, it goes to the subconscious and it is anchored there. It is called as anchorage. Once we take a negative feeling about any person, then that goes to the cortex, and then that cortex sends it to the subconscious, which we don't know. It's subconsciously or unconsciously done, and then there is anchorage there. So whenever we will meet that person or we will come across the same feeling, it will create or it will ignite negativities in our body, in our spirit, in our soul, in our mind. So how to remove that anchorage? The anchorage has to be removed by a lever, the leverage. First of all, there was anchorage. Now we need a tool of leverage. Now, how do we do that? We do it with a positive feeling. There is a magic of autosuggestion that if we do autosuggestion for 22 days, it becomes our habit. And if we do it for 66 days, it becomes our virtue. So by auto-suggesting ourselves, excluding the biases of the cortex, we have to make that lever in a good way to remove the old anchorage. But first of all, we have to realize what is that anchorage, why does it happen. So when we remove that anchorage by a lever, that is not enough. The positivity or the positive feeling has removed the negative anchorage. Now we have to replace it with a good or a positive feeling. So to feel a feeling, to feel a feeling, to heal a feeling. So to feel a feeling, we feel that our feeling is negative, and then we heal it with a feeling which is positive. So that is how the psychologists say the anchorage, the leverage, and the anchorage system works. Now, why do we have negative anchorages in our minds or in our subconscious? We may say that we don't think that way. We might say, but then this is our cortex. This is our rational thinking. But what we have already sent to the subconscious is the anchorage of a negative feeling. Now, why do we have negative anchorages? It's not only the bias. As I said in one of the blogs, unfold the truth. When you unfold the truth, the bias automatically will slip away, shed away, wash away, and will die or will be killed. We have negative anchorages because we are wounded. We have wounds. And if we are carrying our wounds from the hindsight or from the past to the present and to the future, then we are carrying those wounds and translating those wounds into negative anchorages. So to feel a feeling, in order to heal a feeling, we have to shed off, lay off, ignite off those wounds. And how do we do that? We have to realize, we have to do, as I said, the relations are of threefold: to the Creator, to the people, and to ourselves. So first of all, we have to go to the Creator or to the divinity, and then to ourselves. we have to do autosuggestion, and we have to believe that if we had a bias, or if that person, okay, let me put it another way. It is said that the shoulds should be put to must. The shoulds should be put to must. So if we had a negative anchorage about somebody, because we thought it is a must for us to do this, but then did we realize what is the must for the other party or the other person, the him or her? So when we put shoulds into must, it's not only for us, for ourselves, it is also the other person for whom we should put these shoulds into must. What was the expectation or the demand of that person? So if we had a bias, we have to remove that by a leverage, the feel of a feeling to heal a feeling. And if we did not have a bias, but we had a wound, then we have to remove those wounds, because as it is said, today is the doomsday. Take the baton and start running. The saddest thing in life is that when maybe I or somebody dies, and while dying or near death, they think that they did not sing the song of their life.